Welcome to Sailing Snack Time. We are a couple of Generation Xers whose kids have graduated high school, so we bought a boat, sold the house, and set sail to complete the Great Loop in 2026. Come join us for some fun adventures, some good drinks, and some great snacks. In this episode, we do some boat projects and get underway. Well, I'm here. I made it. Pretty uneventful drive this morning, except for that house that was doing 80 miles an hour. It was a nice Lamborghini I passed that had a license plate that said Sup 50. Of course, it's beautiful, sunny South Florida. I'm gonna walk around the back here. The boat is this guy's house out back. And there she is. Just how we left her. Get on a board, start the air conditioning. Then empty the car forever and ever because there's so much stuff. Tide's a little low right now. It's a pretty big step down. Undo the clasp. Undo the boat. The boat is locked. Secret hiding place for the key, probably. Maybe. There it is. Nice bunch of random stuff he left me. All right, let's get in. Ta-da. Dun da da da. Welcome home. I'm going home. Coming home? I don't know. It's a song. Wouldn't it be pretty nice if you lived in this canal here? This is a really nice place. Look at that. South Florida at its finest. There's the fly bridge up there. It's got a nice railing around there. Basically the cocktail deck. Going around. About 30 minutes to unload the car. Along the way, I made several good/bad dad jokes about the items I was carrying and tried to relate them to songs, as you'll see here very shortly. Lee, I wish you were here. Hammer time. All right, that was a good one right there, wasn't it? This frying pan is too hard to handle. Oh, that's heavy. All right, I was thinking about the song Too Hard to Handle by Black Crowes, but I was saying the pan was too hot to handle, so I completely messed that one up. I'm moving out. All right, in. All right, everyone knows this one, Billy Joel, from possibly the best album ever, that Billy Joel Greatest Hits album. Pink is my favorite color. Clearly Aerosmith. Hopefully we won't need this because we won't be singing in the rain. But look at what we have here. My two most favorite flags. Snack time. On a homemade fishing pole flagpole, and then my Modelo flag. That one's been around. You can see it's all frayed. It's been a good flag. Captain Matt, no, 2 Billy Joel songs already, it's not good. Actually, it's only been 1 Billy Joel song. I think I'm getting delirious as it's really hot outside and I'm getting tired. This here is the best little vacuum out there. Ryobi. Takes the same batteries as all my rotary tools. It's very easy to carry. I'm really tired. Here's where I start announcing the count out loud. Lucky number 11, running out of space. It's one of those times when you know you gotta just keep on moving because you're tired, you don't want to do this anymore, but it's not gonna do itself, so you just gotta get on with it. Number 12. This is the best one of them all. It's the Starlink with the big antenna. Maybe 4 more trips. Not that I like the guy, but he's got some really good products out there. 13, a chair, and the dinghy. Thank you to Jason and Amy for letting me take your roll-up dinghy. We ended up not using it, which is great, but it was great to have it just in case. 14, quite possibly one of the most important ones, because it has the ice maker. Thank you, Mick and Carmen, Spicy Nugget. Yeah, I saved it from 2 years ago. What of it? And of course, a speaker, because gotta have music. If you've met me, you know I take that speaker everywhere. It's a JBL Charge 4. 15. All kinds of random stuff. I'm really starting to wheeze. 16. An important box fan and table for Lee to work at. We'll both be keeping our jobs during this trip, but Lee will have a desk set up and 3 monitors. Last and finally least, the digging engine. Hopefully it's the least, because hopefully we don't need it. I'm tired, it's time for a drink. It's hot. Got it all though. There it is. That's all we got for now. Just come here to get some basic stuff on board for now. Dinghy motor, couple fenders, a light, all kinds of good stuff. Oh, that was a lot of work. Maybe I should just fall in this pool right here. That probably wouldn't be a terrible thing, would it? Then I'll be all wet. And actually, I didn't bring a towel. How about that? All right. Time to get a drink. Crank the AC. Close all the windows and the doors. And cool down. But first, the guy that's letting us keep the boat here for a few extra days, I brought him some beer and wine from Virginia as a thank you. So I'm gonna give it to him. A little bit of Bro Vineyards wine and some Star Hill beer. So hopefully he likes it. The unpacking begins. There's a lot of stuff. Got the music going, thank goodness. Got some air conditioning running. Got a fan going also. Just because those box fans are awesome. I think everyone had one in college, right? I think kids nowadays all have dorms that have air conditioning in them just because they're soft. But this boat is awesome. This is gonna be my work area here. And of course the awesome Pilothouse chair. Look at that thing. You know what you can't see about this that's really awesome? 4 air conditioning vents up there. Yeah, so you just sit there and let the wind blow into your face like you're going fast. This joystick is not for playing games. It's just the left and right on the autopilot. It's kind of weird that they had that. It's kind of in the way. But it does have a Pilothouse door, which is nice. So you can get outside when you're doing the locks and whatnot. And that goes up to the flybridge up there. But it's really hot up there, so we won't be going up there right now. Gonna do some unpacking, get my computer area set up so I can work. And I gotta start fixing a few things. The previous owner's coming at 1 o'clock. He's going to give me a walkthrough as to the type of things he does when he gets to the boat. Just his routine, any little tips and tricks he has about this. Subtle intricacies, breakers that are labeled differently from what they actually do. That's always the case on one or two of them. But I tell you what, the inside of this boat is pretty darn nice. It is clean. It doesn't look janky at all. The carpet's like less than 2 years old, I think. It's just really nice. I'm really excited. So I picked up a little sandwich from a Cuban place right up the street called Mario's.
It's me, Mario!
Of course, Mario was the guy who was in there who helped me. And a super nice guy. He was asking him what I was doing here. He said I was from Virginia. He said, "You by yourself?" I said, "I'm coming. My girlfriend's gonna be here soon, well, this weekend." He said, when she gets here, she'll come back for dinner. And he gave me a little business card and he wrote 2 free mojitos on it, which was really nice of him. So if we go back there, hopefully Saturday lunchtime maybe, we will stop by there and get some mojitos. For now, I've got a Cuban sandwich, which it's gotta be fantastic because the dude is definitely Cuban. Cuban sandwich. Oh yeah. Although I think I can see onions on there, and as you guys will eventually learn, I am not an onion fan. In fact, it's pretty much the one food that I don't like to eat. So those will most likely be coming off, but I don't. It's not crucial that they come off. I just prefer it if they came off. Anyway, we all got our things we like and don't like. All right. It is the morning after. Got to the boat yesterday, started doing some projects, looking through everything, opening every drawer, seeing what's actually here. The first project I had was the Starlink, because that's important because we need to be working while we're underway. And so I have completed the Starlink installation. Give you guys a little bit of a view as to what it is. So this is the panel on the starboard side. There's an access panel that goes right here. This is the big Starlink cable. And if you look up there, you can see where it goes into the flybridge. So up on the flybridge, you'll see the cable comes up underneath here. You can see it down in there maybe. Trust me, it's there. And then it comes up through this little hole right here and then goes up the arch here into this hole here. These are old coax cables, just like this black cable here. It's not even connected to anything. Probably gonna just rip it out. Yeah, so it goes all the way up in there, and you can see these 4 bolts here. This is where the TV antenna is, which we don't use obviously because we got Starlink and we'll use apps for that. But let me show you where I mounted it. If you go outside, got the engine hatch open right now because, well, I'll tell you about that in a minute. But if I hop off the boat here, and if you look up top, you can see there I mounted it on the top of the old TrackVision, the old TrackVision TV antenna. It's bolted on there very securely, not coming off. However, looks a little bit ghetto. That antenna is just, I moved it out of the way while I was up there. But it works just fine up there. I'm getting a great signal. It's the highest point of the boat, so it should work fine. What I will probably do, it's gonna be too high, I actually like that, to make it under the Chicago bridge, the Saginaw bridge, not the main bridge. The main bridge is like, you gotta be like 16 or 17 feet for that. The other bridge is the 19.5 bridge, which that one is going to be too tall for that. I mean, it's only 4 bolts to remove it, so it's not a big deal. But you can also see up top there, see the, let's see if I can do it. That right there, right there. That is the white all-around light. And that is on a stainless steel pole there. So I will most likely, well, I'll definitely be either taking it down or hinging it, or just modifying it in some way. It just needs to make sure that it's totally visible all around. I could put a little hinge on the pole instead, cut it and hinge it. Would be simple. But I also want to get a second opinion as to exactly how tall that is. It's probably some math equation you can do to figure it out easily enough. Anyway, yes, that's the project that I worked on. And now I'm going to go through the surveyor's punch list and start working on the little items. For example, one of the items was the gray water tank bilge pump was not pumping. Instead, the gray water would fill up and overflow into the regular bilge, and then it would pump out, which accomplishes the same thing, but it's not the right way to do it by any means, because then you get possible gross bilge water pumping out. Anyway, it should work the way it should work. So I got to figure that out. It's probably the float switch is messed up or something, or stuck, or the wiring's bad. The previous owner said he did replace all of the bilge pumps when he first bought the boat a year and a half ago. So I gotta think the pump's still good. The previous owner did about 100 hours on the motor in the past year and a half that he had it, so he didn't use it that much. And I think it was on the hard until May, so it's probably only had a year of his use and not used that much, which I think the worst thing you can do for a boat is not use it for many reasons. So that, and then one of the, I believe it's the port side navigation light is not working. Got to figure that one out. Probably just a bulb. And really, those are the two. Those are pretty simple tasks. Those are the main two on my list as to things that have to be done. Then I need to go through and check all the filters, check the belts, make sure I got spares of each, and everything for when we start our journey. Hopefully tomorrow, on Saturday. But for now, I got a work call here in about 15 minutes. I gotta hop on for 2 hours. Luckily the air conditioner's cranking nicely. Ooh, little story on the air conditioner coming up. Turns out this boat works a little differently than other boats I've been on. Anyway, separate section for that. All right, the next step, next thing to fix is the windshield wipers. Apparently they're hard to find, but I found, digging through a bunch of different posts on a Carver forum, I found the wipers for pretty cheap on Amazon, no less. So I'm gonna replace them because they are all bad. Oh, whoa, that was close. Guy next door is doing some work on his house. I will say, it's a pretty narrow little walkway to not fall off of. All right, I test fitted one of them just to make sure it did indeed fit before I waste any time. And it did. It's a little wobbly. I don't know if it's supposed to be that way. It came with a little sleeve, but the sleeve's a little bit too big. So maybe it's not purposely supposed to go on here, but it certainly does have the same mounting holes as the existing one. So I'm gonna give it a try. Just gonna tighten it down and see if I can get it. I guess it's gotta be a little wobbly so that way. Yeah. Oh well, it'll probably work. All right, there we have it. 3 new wipers. Hopefully we never have to use them because I don't want to be in the rain. Alright, next up. Off to the Amazon locker to pick up something I ordered. It was 2 rod holders, which are going to be flag holders, let's be honest, for the Snacktime flags. And something else that I don't remember. Must have been important. Anyway, off to the Amazon locker. Then I'm going back to the hotel room because I say this, but I had to get a hotel room because the community that the boat is docked at does not allow liverboards, which means that I cannot sleep on the boat at night. So therefore I had to get a hotel room, which is kind of a bummer, but that's okay. The guy that owns the house that the boat is behind is really cool. His name's Howard. Met him and his wife last night, and they gave him a tour of the boat. Also, I took some pictures with my Snacktime flag, which I was kind of neat that they wanted some pictures. And they invited me to happy hour tonight at Black Rock, I think, something like that it's called. It's right up the street. 5 o'clock going up to happy hour here in Fort Lauderdale. So that should be fun. And nothing but sweating and working all day. Oh, I still haven't mentioned the air conditioner issue I had. So it turns out I got to the boat this morning at like 7:30 or so, and I did not see the water running out the side, like for the air conditioner, right? So I'm like, what's going on? I go inside and look, and sure, the AC unit is on for the salon. I can see the lights on, but there's no water coming out. So I go and I'm playing with the pump and everything, and I'm playing with the switch, the breaker for the pump. Then I'm playing with I went down below into the engine room, and I was looking at the pump down there. Nothing obvious. It looked like it should be working. I mean, I don't know what that means. It's funny. I actually banged on the side of it once just to see if that was going to make it work. Like, I don't think I had any hope that it was going to make it work, but maybe it was a frustrating bang on the side. Anyway, so then I'm like, I can't figure it out. I'm pretty handy too. I couldn't figure it out. So I called up some marine places and see if they could get me in. One guy said, oh yeah, I can get you in 3 weeks. And I was like, yeah, that's not happening. Then another place I called, talked to the guy. He was super awesome and helpful. He was like, actually, I think I might be able to divert somebody over to you there. Let me give you a call back in 5 minutes. So 5 minutes go by, and he calls me back, and he's like, yeah, I got my guy is over in Boca right now, and he can swing by you next, probably about noon. I was like, sweet, perfect. Then as I'm talking to him, I go and switch on the air conditioning pump for the pilot house. Sorry, not the air conditioning. There's only one air conditioning pump. I go switch on the AC unit for the pilot house, and it fires up and it starts doing its thing. And then I go outside, and I'm like, it's pumping water out. Like, what? Why is it working now all of a sudden? Turns out, as probably most of you already have figured out by this long-winded explanation, that the air conditioning pump does not run all the time. It only runs when the air conditioner tells it to run. And because when I came in this morning, it was cool enough that the AC unit in the salon did not need to be on, therefore the air conditioning pump was not on. And what I should have done was known that, and I didn't know that. And I think I have a good reason, is because I'm pretty sure on my buddy's Chris's catamaran, when you hit the AC pump, water pump switch on, it turns the pump on right then and there. It's not like a toggle or anything. It's on. Turn it off, it turns off. That's how I would have expected it to work, but maybe this is more high tech, whatever. Anyway, I was on the phone with the guy, and I said, let me call you back. And so then I called him back, and I'm like, hey man, I really apologize. Thank you so much for doing everything you can, but I'm just an idiot is what it comes down to. And I didn't realize that, and I told him the whole story. Anyway, so the problem is solved by there not being an actual problem, just something new for me to learn. Yeah. Alright, I'm almost at the Amazon locker. I did some more small projects on the boat, picked up Lee at the airport. We got some groceries for our journey. And then we prepared to head north. We didn't have a set destination. We were leaving kind of late in the day. We figured we'd just find an anchorage somewhere along the way and just get on with it. So that's what we did, and it was an absolute great time. And we're off. It's about, I don't know, 3:30 on Saturday afternoon. We're not going to go very far. And we're underway. Got out of the slip, no problem. Well, off the dock, we maneuvered through some... Oh, look, here comes the Bentley. Sorry, that was really cool. The Bentley that went by, Bentley boat. I wonder if there's a famous person or just a person who likes fun toys. That's not a bad thing. So we're approaching the Atlantic Avenue Boulevard Bridge, which is our first bridge. Pretty sure it's a minimum wake zone, but everybody keeps flying past me. Which is okay. We're just cruising. Tell you what, this bow thruster is pretty darn cool. Anyway, there'll be a lot of this for a while. Check back later. Alright, we're underway. We're heading north up the ICW. Whoops. I just bumped into the throttle. It's very sensitive, the throttle on this boat. And it will accelerate pretty quickly, which is nice because you barely have to touch it. But also you got to make sure you don't bump into it. Yeah, it's really nice out here. It's just beautiful. Like, everyone's gone in. They've already docked their boats or gone to eat dinner or something and left the water all for us because it was busy when we went through Boca. Really, really busy. A lot of boats everywhere. Big lines at the drawbridges. But right now, it's just beautiful.